We just wanted to weigh in on this whole Proposition 50 thing that's going on in California. And first and foremost, to assume that a so-called Negro is a Democrat is absolutely a form of racism. However, people will vote within their own best interest scheme, and for the last few decades, the Democrats on the outside, on paper, have been more in alignment with the so-called black people. The thing is, though, it's like you want your racism in your face or covert, because it's actually covert or overt, but that's not the point. The thing about Proposition 50, it's in response to what the Texas State Senate did on their own. They conjured up a possible almost dozen extra Republican seats in Capitol Hill. Now, the only way to undo this is two different ways. Is one, to have the Supreme Court weigh in and call it unconstitutional, while that Supreme Court that's in place is in Donnie's pocket, or two, have California do this redistricting at the people's behest. That's why it's a votable issue, right? Now, when they had this Asian woman and this black clergyman saying no on 50, that wasn't enough. They had to break out Arnold Schwarzenegger, the governor, to get people to rise on it, because Gavin Newsom is too powerful of a mouthpiece for the Democrats. And it's all the theater of it all, because at the end of the day, conservative, liberal, even moderate has nothing to do with the so-called Negro, except for the ramifications of what they put in place that can, basically have Jim Crow be in full swing again. Because Jim Crow never died. It just went underground. That's why people were celebrating Charlie Clark, because they thought he was just being a straight shooter when he was misrepresenting facts about Negroids and then about all other marginalized people. Because if you lie once, you're probably gonna lie again. So it should be yes to Prop 50, if anything. And then honestly, this is only something to get people back out for the midterms, to get the Republicans out and the Democrats in, which has been an ongoing thing since the so-called Negroes have been allowed to vote. Which is why Malcolm X said you're a traitor for voting for Democrats. But before that, he was calling all Caucasians devils. That means the Republicans are no better for us. We have to have our own vote, our own party that's being backed by economic independence, which is why they won't give us reparations, which ain't a handout like the bailouts the banks got, like the reparations the Japanese got, like the reparations that the so-called chosen people got and the natives got. But when it comes to Negroes, all of a sudden they broke. While they funding monies for war, but they can't feed the poor.
REX.